Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so we are getting set here. We are getting set for Mr. Mosley. How's it going? Good to see you, my friend. Wanted to give people a few minutes to jump in. I know there were some people that had messaged me. Really looking forward to looking at triple play baseball. So, as you can see, several things to talk about. Number one, you can see in the background here, we have replay baseball. I bought the 2019 season so that way I can keep track of stats and do the outs and everything. In replay, does a great job of doing that. So that's number one. Number two, this is, of course, my first game of play ball baseball. I have lots of experience with Dynasty League, Internet Baseball League, and the Pursue the Pennant kind of system, so I'm pretty familiar with it. I did read the rules a little bit and kind of brushed up on a few things. There are some differences between them. Some of the numbers are, skewed differently. The speed ratings aren't, like say 1 to 5. Instead, this might be 1 to 10 or something like that. So I have to, get used to that. And I might have to occasionally look at the rules here or there, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So let's go ahead and grab this right off of this. And hey, how you guys doing? All right. So let's kind of go over a card here. Let's see here. Maybe this is the best way to do it. Maybe something like this. You can see the, well, first of all, the cards are really, really good quality cards, right? Solid. No problem with them. Nice and thick cards. You can bend them and it's not going to, leave a fold in them or anything like that. Really nice quality cards. All right. So in this game, your better cards, 0 to 499. Your pitcher cards, 500 to 999. So you're going to roll 3 10-sided dice. And you're going to get a number between 000 and 999. If it's 000 to 499, you're going to look at the batter card, and you're going to look versus left-handers or versus right-handed, depending on the pitcher. Same thing if it's a number between 500 and 999, you're going to look at whether the batter is a left-handed batter or a right-handed batter. All right, there are lots of stats on these cards. Obviously, you get the player name, you get the team, the year, and then it tells you whether what kind of batter they are. Some of them, actually, in this case, Matt Carpenter, is an LP/LSP, and for example, let's see if we can find somebody. Paul DeYoung is just an RP, so he's an RP all the way around. If you have multiple, that means on an infield play, he's an LP, and on an outfield play, he's an LSP. It'll give you your batting statistics versus lefties versus righties. Position, it'll give you a range and your error check number. Then your power versus left-handers, power versus right-handers, your speed rating, your steal rating, your jump, your bunt, and whether or not you are clutch, age, injury, and then all of his real-life stats on there. Pitcher, very, very much the same. Team, name, team, year, whether he throws left or right-handed. His stamina, his range, error, hold, and S, I'm not 100% sure of what S is. That might be his steal rating, to keep runners on base. Pickoff rating, his balk rating, wild pitches, his bat card, and then whether he bats right or lefty. His bunt rating, average, on base, whether he's clutch or not, injury, age, specifics, and then all of his real life stats down there at the bottom. So that's kind of what the cards look like. I don't know if that shows up really well. Good quality cards, like I said. Really nice. You can see that actually we're playing St. Louis at Milwaukee, but Chessin is actually got a Boston card because he gets traded to Boston later in the year. So wanted to kind of go over the cards, give everyone kind of a broad overview. And of course, you got your three 10-sided dice. So in this case, they're red, black, then white, and then green. You can read it any way you want, just as long as you do it the same way every time. So, you know, if we roll these, this would be a 457. 457. That's how that's done. And then since it's less than 500, it would look at the batter card to see what the out is. So, if you're familiar with Dynasty League, or if you're familiar with Internet Baseball League, or Pursue the Pennant system in general, it is a 50-50 split. Half the results will come off the batter, half of them will come off the pitcher. There are some charts that come with the game. Hey, Clinton Parks, how you doing? Obviously, we're going to be using their super cool Triple Play Baseball Assistant, which will let us get all the information we need without having to look up mostly on the charts. Hopefully, anyways. That'll be our game plan. And we're ready to go. So the first thing you always do in Dynasty League, Internet Baseball League, Triple Play Baseball, or anything, this kind of system is we're going to be checking the weather, right? So the weather can adjust with the wind direction, stamina ratings, all kinds of different things. So this is actually a game from what's it called? It's called March. There you go. March 28th, 2019. So March and April have their own month. And September and October are obviously the same as well. This actually is a day game. This is a 2:20 start. So it's actually considered a day game, and we are in Milwaukee for this game. So all we do is we just use the assistant and it'll roll the dice. You can have it show the dice rolls or not. We will show the dice, and we just roll. And so there you go. We have a roll of 35, 27, which is considered a warm day, and 5, which means the wind is blowing in. So if we have any deep results. So like if we go to the deep result chart, when we say wind, we're going to say wind in. We're going to click on the wind in position. So that will adjust how far the ball goes. We don't need that for now, but we'll have to just remember the wind is actually coming in. As a stadium, since it is a warm day here on March 28th, looks like the wind is, the stadium roof is open, so the wind is coming in. So the stadium roof is open. Captain Carl 8, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. So let's, I think that goes pretty much with all of the intro there. I guess let's get started here. So we got lineups for you. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Why not? Why not? So, for the Cardinals, it is Matt Carpenter leading things off, then followed up by Paul Goldschmidt, Paul DeYoung, Marcell Ozuna, Yadier Molina, Dexter Fowler, Colton Wong, Harrison Bader, and then the pitcher card, which happens to be Miles Michaelis starting the season. For Milwaukee, it goes Lorenzo Cain, Christian Yelich, Orion Braun, Travis Shaw, then Jesus Aguilar, Mike Moustakas, Yasmani Grandal, Orlando Arcia, and then, of course, our pitcher card there. And the pitcher is Julio Chacin for Milwaukee. So here we go. Matt Carpenter versus Julio Chacin. Chacin is a right-hander, so anytime it comes off the batter card, we're going to be looking at the right side over here. And then depending on whether the batter is left or right when we look at Chacin. So in this case, Matt Carpenter is a lefty. So he will actually use the left-hand side. And here we go. Game number 1 of the season. Matt Carpenter steps in the plate, and the 2019 season for the St. Louis Cardinals is on the way. And we rolled a 3-3-1. Again, it's black, then white, then red. Or not red. That's green in color, not red. Let's try that again. So black, white, green. In this case, it's a 3-31. Trying to get the cord out of the way so everyone can see. So on 3-31, we look at Carpenter versus right-hander. Look at 3-31 431, and that is a strikeout. So 280 to 428, and you look at the result in the middle between the two, and it'll tell you what happens. In this case, it's a K. Everyone knows that the K is a strikeout. So there goes Matt Carpenter, and we're on the way here in Milwaukee. Game number 1 of the season. Paul Goldschmidt, he is a righty, so we got a righty-righty matchup. This is a 3-0-1, and that is going to be back-to-back strikeouts as Chassin swing and a miss by Goldschmidt. And you will notice that a lot of the numbers are kind of similar. We rolled 2 numbers in the 300s, right? So they were both strikeouts. In the low hundreds, like 97 to 159 is usually going to be the hit ranges. Your home runs are usually in the mid to high 100s. Your walks are usually in your mid to high 200s area. So I mean, you kind of know, not exactly, but you kind of get a feeling of what the play result might be when you start playing the game. So, all right, here we go. Paul DeYoung, 2 outs. And this is a 8-0-3. Paul DeYoung is a righty. So we're going to look on the right-hander. 8-0-3. 8-0-3. And that is a strikeout. And that's exactly what he needed. 803 to 900 is a strikeout. So Julio Chassin strikes out the side. And the Cardinals go down quietly in the first. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I might just leave those like that and then bring this down here. You guys probably might not see as much as I was hoping you'd be able to see, but it'd be better than nothing. All right, Miles Michaelis is a right-hander. He'll be up against Lorenzo Cain. So your outfield for the Cardinals go Ozuna in left, Bader in center, Fowler at right. Carpenter down at third, DeYoung at second. DeYoung is at short. Colt Wong is at second. Goldschmidt at first. Michaelis on the mound. Yadier Molina behind the plate. And away we go, Lorenzo Cain. So that is a 6-29. He is a right-hander, 6-2-9, and that is going to be ground ball into center field, back up the middle for Lorenzo Cain. Leads things off for Milwaukee with a single. So we can look. Lorenzo Cain has got a steal rating of 7, right? And then what we're going to do is look at the pitcher. He has got his hold rating is going to be a 4. So 7 minus 4 would take him to a 3. And of course, we're going to find Yadier Molina. Yanni has got a 0 on a throw. So no adjustment for there. So, can he get the jump? So the first thing you do in this system is you find out whether the player can get the jump or not. So if we look at the jump, the pitcher's hold rating is a, what do we say, Michaelis is a 4. All right. And he's trying to get second, so we don't need to worry about any adjustments here. And his jump rating, again, is, what do we say? His jump rating is a 3. So let's see if he gets the jump, question mark. And he does. He attempts. So he does get the jump. And then it'll tell you all the important things about, like all your modifiers you should be looking at. Catcher's arm, we already looked at Yadier Molina. He's got nothing. Pitcher steal rating is going to be 0 for Miles Michaelis. Cain's steal rating is a 7, so no adjustment there. Turf, you get a +1. We are playing on grass, not a hit and run. And he was being held. Unless I tell you they're not being held, they are being held. So nothing there. So it's just a flat old 7. No adjustment for the arm. Then the pitcher steal rating. And let's see if he steals the base. And there you go. Stolen base. So Lorenzo Cain starts the season off with a single and then steals second base. And obviously he could try for third, as you saw, which I don't think he'll try with nobody out. Let's let Christian Yelich step up to the plate to see what he can do. Christian Yelich versus right-handers, 3.58 on the season. Miles Michaelis versus right-handers, 261 average. So Michaelis trying to get through this first inning here. The hometown crowd's on their feet. That is a 626. Right-hander, 626. And that is going to be an easy fly ball to center field. Easy fly to center. He just missed a single into center field. The 628 would have been, but a 626 is going to be an easy fly ball caught by Harrison Bader out there in center field for the out. So Yelich is out. Ryan Braun. That is a 4-1-0. So 410 versus a righty, 410. And that is a strikeout. So Miles Michaelis comes back. Curveball in there. Steamy right 3, Ryan Braun. And that brings up Travis Shaw from Milwaukee. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And that is a 5-4-4. So 554. And we're going to be testing the infield range play. So infield range play. So we're going to use our little assistant here. We're going to use infield range. It's no hit and run. And we're on grass. And then you would put down any modifiers. Like, for example, if there was somebody on first, if the first baseman was holding them on. Because where they are, how they're covering the runners will adjust whether or not it's in the hole. It's obviously going to be easier to get a ball in the hole if the first baseman is covering somebody, watching someone at first base. In this case, they're just playing normal defense, so we're just going to click on the normal defense on the grass, and let's do a infield range play here. What did I hit wrong here? Range, infield, normal. I must select a batting. Oh, batting style. Correct. So Travis Shaw is an LP. So he is a left pull hitter. So now let's hit it. So it's down the line, first base. Down the line, first base. So we got to know who our first baseman. Of course, that is Paul Goldschmidt, right? Goldschmidt's range is fair. So it's grass and he's fair. So now we just have to find out, does he make the play or not? And diving stop, batter out at first, runners advance 1 base. So we're going to call that a 3 unassisted. And that will do it. So really, God, I love this triple play baseball assistant. Really are liking that a lot. The one thing I always thought, in the back of my mind, and I mentioned it when I was playing, is a very complex game with lots of charts and lots of, okay, you got to check this rating and this, and just this, and blah, blah, blah. And I always thought, there's got to be a better way to input this in. And this assistant is really, really good. So definitely going to make the game go a lot faster. There's nothing wrong with charts. You can play with the charts. Unfortunately, I printed out the charts and left them on my desk at work. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, hopefully I won't need them. I've always got a PDF copy on my computer, but that doesn't help me look at things up. Because what I wanted to do was actually show you guys the PDFs and also the assistant so you can see how the dice rolls and the assistant works together. Anyways, we're in the top of the second. Marcell Ozuna up at the plate. He is a right-hander. That is a 953 righty, 953, and that is a K/tired question mark. So if he was tired, based on his stamina rating, he would get the tired rating, but instead he will get the K rating, and that is going to be what? 4 strikeouts to start the game? What? Thank you, Cardinals, not having any offense. Good Lord. Yadier Molina steps up. Let's see if we can try something other than... Ooh, this one will be. That is a 1-2-3, 123 versus a right-hander. 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and that is a ground ball back up the middle into center field. Yadier Molina, first hit of the season for the Cardinals, and he is aboard. Sees a jump of 1. Julio Chassin is got a hold of 3, so we are not even going to try and attempt. It does have, super cool, it does have the actual, how many times they attempted steals and how many times they were thrown out. So you can kind of gauge whether or not it's something you want to even consider. He did steal 6 bases and was caught 0 times, so he was 100%. But he only stole 6 bases, so not unless it's like a dire situation or a really bad, someone that's really bad at holding. So he's just going to go to first and hang out there for Dexter Fowler. Dexter Fowler steps in. He's a switch hitter, so he's a B. He's a both hitter. So he's a switchy, so he's going to be from the left side. Chassin from the right. That is a 0.75, so 75 right-hander, and that is going to be lined out right at Aguilar at first base for the out, line out. Now, the question is on a line out, let's check the charts, which will take me a second because now I got to pull the charts up because I didn't actually, like I said, bring them home with me. Let's look at the result of a line out and see if there's a possibility of a double play pickoff. Let's see here. I'll find it. There's the deep drive. Sending the runner, space runner advancement, the crazy plays. Okay, here we go. That is going to be, let's see, line out. On a hit and run, it would be an automatic. But other than that, it is not. So it's just a line out. Where was it? It was hit at first. So line out to Aguilar. Fortunately, Molina gets back just in time. We'll call that a liner 2-3 for the out, and I can minimize my charts again. All right, so Dexter Fowler lines it to first, and that brings up Colt Wong with 2 outs here in the top of the second. 6-6-3, 663. Colt Wong is a lefty. 6-6-3, 6-6-3. And that is going to be a ground ball. And that's going to make it into center field. He hits one back up the middle. And that is going to be a single ground ball into center field. So now we got to see if the runners go. So runner trying for third on a hit to the outfield. If it went to left field, -2. Went to right field, +2. The run rating of Yachty, speed of 5. So he's a 5. No adjustment for that. It wasn't a hit and run. Infield in. Nope. So it's just a straight up 5. Those are 2 outs. There is 2 outs. So we get a +2. Actually, he's a 7. So let's roll them dice. See if Yachty can go first to third on the single. And save! Hard slide. Runner safe. And the field covering the bag is injured from today. Is injured for today from the hard slide. Ooh, so we actually rolled a injury on that. We're not going to play with injuries, though. I mean, you can do whatever you want. But Philip Reynolds is here. I just got. I haven't got my out of the park 21 yet. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. So that is going to be in replay baseball, and that is a S+, which will send the runner over to third. So the Cardinals now have something going here. Harrison Bader coming up. He's the 8th hitter. Pitcher on deck, Miles Michaelis. Do they intentionally walk Bader to bring in Miles Michaelis? There's a bag open. Bader, I guess right-handers, only batted .215. Not the best batter in the world. He does have a little bit of pop to him, though. He did have 12 home runs in 347 at bats. If he gets a hold of one, if it's a mistake down the middle, Harrison Bader can hit it. So I think he is a right-hander. So they're gonna let Chassin pitch to him. Defense is gonna play back in normal, and we got a 3-3-6. 3-3-6 right-hander. And that one is 3-2 is the count. And fastball down the middle and swing and a miss. So Chasen gets out of the inning, striking out Harrison Bader. And we go to the bottom of the second. The Cardinals cannot strike. No runs, 2 hits, no errors to go to the bottom of the second. It is still scoreless here at Miller Park. Due up is Jesus Aguilar against Miles Michaelis. Righty-righty matchup. Our Red Sox fan. What's going on, brother? That is a 594. 594 righty. 594. And we're going to do an outfield range play here. Okay. So back to our little assistant here. Outfield range play. The grass and Milwaukee. And outfield was not playing in. That's just in, bottom of the ninth, and you got a runner on third, and you want to put your infield in, so, must select a batting style. Correct. I keep forgetting that. He's an RSP. Right-handed spray, I think is what that stands for. And it's in the gap into right center field. In the gap to right center field. So, right center field is going to be Fowler, Dexter, right fielder. And Dexter Fowler in right field is very good, actually. In right field, he is very good. Dizzy going to make the play. It's in the gap. Here comes the ball. Is it going to land in and cut off? Batter held to a single, may stretch it into a double. Runners advance 2 bases. Well, there you go. So he did not make the play, and it's going to land in there. In the gap. Fowler could not get to it. And may stretch it into a double. This is Jesus Aguilar, who has a roar speed of 5. That would have been, we'll just give him a single. I think he'll just stop it first. No sense in trying to stretch it into a double. All right, now Mike Moustakas comes in. Mike Moustakas versus right-handers, only 244 average. Miles Michaelis, that's a 0-2-3. So 23 is going to be error, question mark. Okay, so we're going to our error. And it rolled a left fielder. So our left fielder is Ozuna. We look at Ozuna, and he tells us his left field, his error is a 13. So we will click on the 13. Roll the dice. Blunk. EF, batter out. Easy fly ball. That's what EF stands for, easy fly ball. So Ozuna makes an easy catch out there. Runner on third may attempt to score. Other runners will hold. So easy fly ball out there to left field. Ozuna, I can't believe he actually made a play. But yay for us. Yasmani Grandal. Yasmani. He's going to be batting from the left-hand side here. As a 0-4-0, and we're going right back to the error. Right back to the error. And this time it's a right fielder. This is Dexter. Dexter Fowler says error of 12. Error of 12, and that is a 2-base plus an error. So the batter hits it in the gap and advances to third on the error. All runners score. Okay, so now I just have to figure out how to put this into... Oh boy, I might have to do some details here. So it's a double. And then is there a double, then an error is the question. I don't think there is. If I go to details, let's see here. It's going to be a double. I think we're going to have to put it in as a, okay, so cancel that. We'll put it in as a double plus, so he'll get the RBI. And then we'll just put in an error on Fowler. And that, oh no, can't do that because that will take the, shoot. So Grandal will, how are we going to get him over to third? That's a good question. How do we get him over to third? Without the runner, let's just go error. No, because that will. Yeah, that's going to allow the batter to get it. All right, so we're just going to have to put it down as a stolen base. That's fine. He got to third. It was an error. We all know it, but unfortunately, I don't know how to add in a double plus a one base error on Fowler in the system, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, here we go. Orlando Arcia, and we're going to play infield in. Infield in. So it's Clinton says it's not double reach third on air. Yeah, I don't see that. That's what I was looking for actually on here, but I don't see any option. There's a double plus, but that just lets the runners take an extra base. It doesn't let the batter take an extra base on the error. Error plus, but that again would just let the batter get one base and let the runners on base take an extra error. And there's a single plus an error, S plus E. But I don't see a D plus E. So anyways, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. All right. Gridnell on third. Arceus at the plate. Defense is playing in. And we rolled a 171. 171. He is a right-hander, 171. And that is base hit right field. Fowler can't get to it. And Grandal trots in off the single Arcia, and the Brewers take a 2-0 lead, and due up is Chasen here, and he is going to try a bunt, so we're going to continue, and we're going to try a bunt. This is a Chasen bunt, he's only one. He's a terrible. We are on grass. The first baseman, Goldschmidt, will actually not hold the runner. And roll the dice. Must check an infield defense. Corners are coming in. Obviously, Goldschmidt, Carpenter. They know the bunt's coming. Roll the dice. Oh! I told you Chasen was not a good bunter. Lead runner thrown out. Trying to advance. Other runners advance one base. So we will put it down as a. It doesn't really matter. We'll call it a 3-4. Why not? All right. So back up is Lorenzo Cain. Chasen's now down at first. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Hold the 520. 520. He is a righty. 520. And that is an infield range play. Infield range play. So you can see how handy this assistant is. Wow. Infield range, and no hit and run, no double play, grass. First baseman was holding the runner. And he is a RSP. And the hold is short. So that's going to be Paul DeYoung. DeYoung is error. No, I'm sorry, range. Very good. Okay. Very good. On grass. Can he get it? Diving stop. Batter out at first. Runners advance 1 base. There we go. So that is going to be a 6-3 put out at first. Doesn't matter because that is the last batter of the inning. There we go. All right, so after 2 complete here in Milwaukee, it's 2-0. Cardinals need to get things going, and they have their pitcher, Miles Michaelis, who uses card number 1. So they have the pitcher cards. Goes range from 1 to 8. 8 being the best, 1 being the worst. So Miles Michaelis will just hack at something and hope and pray. And that is a 431. 431, and that is a strikeout. Easy peasy strikeout there. And the Cardinals are through the lineup. And now Matt Carpenter back up the lefty against Chasing. That is a 962. 962 lefty. 962, and he walked him. So Carpenter earns the walk. He had 6 stolen bases on the season. He was caught once. Chasing, again, the hold rating of 3, but on steal attempts, it's actually a +2. So if you can get the jump on Chasing, you got a good shot at it. So we will actually try and see if he gets the jump. So the hold rating again is a 3. And it's just a second. And his jump rating for Matt Carpenter is only a 1, though. So let's see what happens. He holds. Okay. So Carpenter stays at first. That brings up Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie's up. Could you move over your triple play for a second? I could, if you wish. I'm assuming you want it to maybe over on this side. Is that what you want? You see what I'm talking about? There's a single plus error, S plus E, but there's no D plus E. So Paul Goldschmidt is up, and Matt Carpenter's on first. Come on, Goldie, let's do something here, buddy. 3-3-3, no matter which dice you read, it all comes out the same. 30-33, and that is a strike 3 called. Goldschmidt down on strikes. That brings up Paul DeYoung. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Carpenter at first. Paul DeYoung is a 173. And that is well hit by DeYoung. And DeYoung got all that one. That one is headed out into left center field. It is going back to the wall. It's Braun, and it is gone. Paul DeYoung, 171 to 206. 171 to 206. We rolled a 173, and that is history. As a souvenir, we got us a tie ball game here in Milwaukee. Cardinals coming back and have tied it up in the top of the 3rd. Marcell Ozuna. That is an 800 exactly against the righty. 800 is a easy fly ball into center field. Fly out to center. Well, that'll do it for the Cardinals, but 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors, and we got a tie ball game going in the bottom of the 3rd is 2-2. Christian Yelich due up. I mean, I don't care if I put it on that side or the other side. It doesn't really matter to me. So I didn't know if you guys would want to see, the replay cards, or if it matters at all. I don't, whatever. I don't really care. Just let me know in the chat. It's up to you guys. All right, so what are we doing? We are doing Christian Yelich. That's what we're doing here. Michaelis. That's a 955. 955. He's a lefty. 955. Oh, That is a double play to second, and unfortunately there's nobody on. It's just going to be a 4-3 put out. So 1 out. Ryan Braun. 8-8-5. He is a righty. 8-8-5, and that is a strikeout. So Michael is buckling things down here for the Cardinals. Travis Shaw. That is a 297. 297. And that is a strikeout for Travis Shaw. And that's going to do it. We go to the top of the fourth. Boom, boom, boom. I'm sorry. No, that's 2 outs. Let's give them 3. Jesus Aguilar. 108. And that is a ground ball through the hole as Wong can't get that into right field. I'm sorry, into center field. Not that it matters, but a single nonetheless. And Travis Shaw is on +2 because there's 2 outs. It went to center field, so no adjustment. Let's roll the dice. Safe. All right, so he goes to third, actually. So I got to undo that last play, and I got to put an S+ there. There we go. So Jesus Aguilar makes it over to third, and that brings up Moustakas. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Milwaukee. Michael is trying to get out of this third inning. That is a 0-8-0, so 80, and that is a line out right at DeYoung. Jumps up, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Line out right at the shortstop. So the Cardinals get out of trouble there. We go on to the top of the fourth. Triple play baseball plays a lot like Pursue the Pennant. Yes. Pursue the Pennant. Triple play baseball, Dynasty League, Internet Baseball League, all very similar in how they do things. Correct. So we got Yadier Molina coming up, and we are in the top of the fourth. It's 2-2. And he's a 5.52, so 5.52, and that is against a righty is going to be a outfield range check. Outfield, and we are in grass. Milwaukee, roll the dice. Oh, selected batting style. Correct. Keep forgetting that. He's an RSP against, now, down the line to left field. So down the line, that's Ryan Braun. Ryan Braun in left field is fair. FR, fair. Let's see if Ryan Braun can make it. And running catch by Ryan Braun. Running catch. So fly out to left field for Yanni. And that brings up Dexter Fowler. That's a 0-1-4. So 14 is an error check. So we're going to be looking at error. There we go. Catcher. So that is Grandal. He's happened to be right in front of me here, this card. And his error is a 16. So we're going to put in 16 and see what happens. And foul out. Catcher gets to foul, pop up, and catches it for the out. So Grandal makes the play. That's going to be a foul out to the catcher. Good job, Dexter. Cole Wong. 2 outs, top of 4. He's a 7.53. He is a lefty, 7.53. And that is going to be lined into right field for a base hit. Colton Wong. Single for Colton Wong. And he will try to get the jump. He's a 3. So let's see. Jump. Pitcher hold is a 3. He's a 3. And he holds. Okay, well. Got to try when we got to try. And up comes Harrison Bader. Gave it a ride last time. Let's see if he can get one out of here. 8.55 righty. 8.55. Steve right 3. Bader swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Yazami Grandal. Last time up, I think he got an RBI last time. He got Monty Grendel. 782. He is a lefty this time. 782. And that's hit into left center field. No one's going to catch that one. Ozuna trying to catch up to it. It rolls to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second. And the stand-up double is Grandal. That brings up Arcia. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. 919. He is a righty. 919. And that one's hit to short. Would have been a double play if there was somebody on second. Let me check the chart. What happens with the runner? It would be. He's a right-hander. Double play, shortstop. There's a runner at second. Batter out first. Runners advance to third. On ball, hit to second or first. Otherwise, they hold. Okay, there you go. So here's a kind of look at the chart if you guys want to see. So you can see like your results are double play grounder, regular grounders, your soft grounders, your line outs, crazy play ballpark effects, your home runs, wild pitches, etc., etc., etc. So you can see here on a runner on second, on a DP result, double play result, batter out at first, runner advances to third, on ball hit to second or first, otherwise they hold. Very simple stuff for all you baseball aficionados out there. So this is going to be a, it is going to be a non-advance. So we got to go in and say it's a ground ball. And it went to short, right? Yeah, it went to short. Over to first. Batter's out. And you will hold. And we will say okay. Alright. So there we go. So RC is out of there. That brings up the pitcher spot. That is Chassin. He has got a bunt of 1. Corners will play in where everyone knows it. But again, he's such a... Well, you know what? We're going to let him swing. Let him swing. He's on second already. Moving him up to third is not big a deal. We're going to let him swing away. Whatever. That is a 623. 623. He is a... What is he? A right-hander? Yeah, he's a right-hander. 623. And, oh, just missed a single. Easy fly ball, center field. So fly out to center. Fly out to center. And they're through the order and back to the top of the order. Lorenzo Cain, runner at second, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth inning. That is a 0-0-5. Doesn't get much lower than that. That's a crazy play result. So let's roll a crazy play. No modifiers, just roll the dice. 141. Batter grounds to third into as many force outs as possible. Oh, we could have had a triple play. Other runners hold. Well, it's the last out anyway, so it's just going to be a 5-3 put out. Unfortunately, that could have been a triple play. Never had a triple play, but yeah, that would have been nice. But it's still an out, so we'll take the out. All right, so still 2-2 going to the top of the fifth, and it's going to be Miles Michaelis. Actually, Miles has got a stamina of 21. He's been through the order twice now, so that would have been 18, and Kane makes 19. So he can only go a couple more batters. Is it worth? Neither one of these pitchers has got much stamina. Actually, Chasen's only a 15. So he is actually Chasen's got to come out. Because we are at 9 and 9 would be 18. He's on his 18th batter, so Chasen's got to come out. So Chasen's out. And coming in to pitch, can you allow me? No, you won't allow me to make any changes. Right, so I got to do it. All right. Oops, wait a minute. Whoa. Oh, and yeah, okay. Now there we go. All right. So Chase is out, and it looks like it's going to be Gurria. Junior Gurria is coming in. Junior Gurria is coming in, and so yeah, neither one of these pitchers goes very deep, but they're going to let Michaelis pitch the next inning, so he will bat. That is a 673. Michaelis is a right-hander, 673, and that is an easy fly ball out to left field. Fly out to left. All right, Guerrera against Matt Carpenter. And that is a 448. 448, and that's a routine grounder down to first. We'll call that 3-1. That's fine. No big difference. And that brings up Paul Goldschmidt. Still 2-2 ball game. Paul Goldschmidt, we rolled a 617. 617 righty. 617 routine grounder to short. 6-3 put out. So the Cardinals go down in order. 1, 2, 3. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Christian Yelich against Miles Michaelis rolled a 0.42, so 42 is an error check. Another error check. Let's roll. And it's center field. That's Bader. Harrison is a 14 error. Let's see what we get. Short fly. Outfielder makes an easy catch. Runners hold. So that is a fly out to center field for Yelich. Brings up Ryan Braun. Ryan Braun, 309. And that is a walk. 310 to 310. So he just got it, 309. And that's a walk to Braun. He's got a 9 steal. He's only going to jump a 1, so he doesn't get a lot of jumps. But if he does get a jump, let's see if he can get the jump. Just see. All right, so Michaelis, he's a hold of 4 and a jump of 1. So this is probably not going to go well. Yeah, he'll hold. All right, so Travis Shaw is up. Travis Shaw is an 850. It looks like it's going to fall in the 3. It does. 853 lefty. 853. 853 to 900 is a strikeout. So 853 is exactly the number Miles Michaelis needed and gets a strikeout. Jesus Aguilar, Ryan Braun at first, 2 outs. That is a 0-0-1. It's a crazy play. Roll the dice. 374. Pitcher calls manager out to the mound and says he's out of gas. Pitcher is exhausted. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense. Michaelis again. Only a stamina 21. He's actually gone 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He's gone 22 batters. So Michaelis will be out. So Stilt says, all right, Michaelis, we'll take you out. And we're going to bring in Dominic Leone. So Dominic Leone's coming in. He is a right-hander. Whoa. Bounced right out of the cup. Hit that one foul. 228. He is a righty. 228. 228. And that one is hit well. Jesus Aguilar down the line. If it stays fair, it is gone. It is waiting on the umpire to make the call. It is gone, he says. The umpires confer out there for a second. They couldn't tell. It was right down the line, but that one is a 2-run home run by Jesus Aguilar. And they will take a 4-2 lead now on the home run. 2 outs. So Dominic Leone comes in and gives up a 2-run home run. Good job there. 568. He's a lefty. 68 outfield range play. Outfield range. Grass, Milwaukee, and Moustakis is an LSP. That's in the gap in the left field. That's Ozuna. And he again is SP. What? Ozuna is an SP for range? Wow. I think SP is the best. How can... Oh, that can't be right. Marcell Ozuna in left field, SP. All right, well, I won't argue. Whoever made this game really likes the Cardinals, I guess. Cut off. Batter head held to a single, may stretch into a double. Moustakis will just take the single. And that brings up Grandal. Oh, maybe higher is worse. That could be. Higher might be worse than actually, and that makes more sense then. No, because he has a range of SP as opposed to fair. I was thinking maybe it was an error check, but it's not. All right. Well, anyways. Grandal. 562. He is a lefty 562. 560. Another outfield range play. Another outfield range play. Range outfield. Grass. Milwaukee. And he is going to be a left SP. Because he's a switch hitter. And Leone throws right-handed. Shallow blooper. First base. So that's Goldschmidt. He is FR. Which I think is fair. He's fair. Wasn't playing in. And running catch. So that's going to be, we'll call it a pop-up to first. And that will retire the side. Thank God. But Milwaukee takes a 4-2 lead after the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th. They go to the top of the 6th. Paul DeYoung has a 590. He is a righty, 590. And that is high pop fly. It's going out to Kane in center field for the out. Or Marcell Ozuna. That is a 575, and that is going to be another. He is a righty. Yep, so that's going to be another outfield range. Range play, outfield. And Marcell is an RSP. Over the head to left field. Oh boy. Braun, can he get to it? Braun is an FR, fair. And off the wall, batter doubles and can stretch. All runners score. Ozuna will take the double. Don't do anything stupid, Marcell. Yanni or Molina is up. Come on, Yanni. Let's get a run back here. Ozuna's in second. Yanni's coming on the plate. Guerrera. He's a 979. 979. Yanni's a righty. 979. And he walked him. So he lost him and walked him. So 2 men aboard for Dexter Fowler. Dexter against right-handed pitchers, 245 average. 19 home runs on the season. 852. Dexter is going to be left side, 852. 852 strikeout. So big strikeout there by Junior Guerrera. 2 outs now for Colton Wong. Last time singled past Moustakis into short left right field there. Colton Wong. Come on, Colton. That's a 537. He is a lefty. 537. That's infield range play. Infield, grass. We had runners. Normal, since we had runners at first and second. Range play. Colt Long is a LP. LP. Yeah. All right, LP there. Now roll. Up the middle, pitcher. So this is going to be Guerrero. Has to make the play himself. He... range, MD. Oh, that can't be good. MD, I don't understand what the hell. Fair. So you got poor, something, fair, average, very good, and special or something. But MD can't be very good. And goes past the pitcher. Hot smash goes past the fielder for a single. Runners advance to base. S plus. Coming around to score. And that's going to be it for Junior Guerrero. Jeez. Looks like we might have to get a... We might have to actually... What did I do with my cards now? What the heck did I do with the cards? Here they are. Might have to get a pitcher that didn't actually pitch in this game out. So it looks like it's going to be... We're in the 6th. Wow. It's going to be... Who's it going to be? Trying to find someone that usually came in like the 6th inning, which is Williams and Barnes. Here's Corbin Barnes, right-hander. So we'll bring in... Well, let's see who's coming up here. It's Harrison Bader, right-hander. Yeah. So I'll bring in Corbin Barnes. So Corbin Barnes coming in. There we go. Now, he didn't actually play in this game, but we have to get... They're not going to bring in Hader right now. I know that. Dynasty League is more detailed than Pursue the Pennant. How would I rate Triple Play Baseball? I think they all... Triple Play Baseball is... I mean, they're all based on the same system with little variances here's and there's. The main things about this as opposed to Dynasty League, is going to be the cards and the quality of the cards. Let me show you guys. So... Let me show you. If I can find my Dynasty League cards, that would be super cool. Oh, I got stuff freaking everywhere as usual. What the hell did I do with the cards? Nothing's ever easy, is it? Oh, here it is. Good. Alright, finally, after much to do, I found the cards. So, oops, here's Dynasty League card. Alright. Here is a triple play baseball card. So the triple play baseball cards are bigger. Now I know that Dynasty League has recently started printing their cards bigger. I don't know how much bigger, but they are. This is much bigger and easier to read than the Dynasty League cards, to be completely honest. And I don't like the feel of the Dynasty League cards. Let's see if I've got to. Do I have one? All right. So here's a real good example, right? So this is the 1975 set that I bought off of somebody. They played it, they used it, blah, blah, blah. All right. These Dynasty League cards, for me, are really thin, right? They're really, you can hear the high pitched when you hit them. They're really thin and flimsy. And not only that, but like I said, I bought these used off of a guy. And you can see the cards hopefully you can see, the cards kind of like faded. It's not like real crisp anymore. It's kind of faded and kind of, hard to read everything because it's just so faded. Now the guy did, when I bought them from him, he did tell me, hey, I used the cards, so they are worn, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I was still getting a really good price on them. That's the only reason I bought them. For me, these cards are really kind of flimsy, not very sturdy. They kind of stick together, kind of like the Stratomatic cards, which I always complain about. So, you're talking about very similar systems, right? So you're talking about very similar systems. The only differences is obviously card quality, which I'm going to have to say at this point, the cards for Triple Play Baseball are one of the best that I've come across. Thick cards. They were perforated sheets, so you didn't need to tear them out of the perforations. But they're still thick. They're not. These are perforated sheets too, but they're thin. They're really thin and flimsy. These cards are much more manageable, much more thicker. You feel the weight of them when you're grabbing them. You can hear the difference when you snap them. It's not a flimsy card. So you're talking about very similar systems. So quality of the components would obviously come into play. If you're looking at a Ford versus a Chevy, you're talking about two cars, right? So what's going to be the difference in the cars is how the cars is made. And the other advantage with this is obviously with Dynasty League, you have their online thing, which for me is a complete joke because you can't set up replays in it. You have to set up your own lineups. They don't have the lineups or anything in it. So I've tried their online game. I've done some of those. It's okay to play it, but it's a pain in the ass to set it all up. It's a pain in the ass to try and play it online. I've said all along that I think this system would need something like exactly what Triple Play Baseball did and created this little utility. So you don't need to look up the charts all the time. You could if you wanted to, but you don't need to. So for me right now, Dynasty League, compared to Triple Play Baseball, Triple Play Baseball is head and shoulders above Dynasty League. The price, to be honest, for Dynasty League is a lot more than the price for Triple Play Baseball. And if you want the bigger cards, it costs you even more. And I don't know, Triple Play Baseball I think only comes with 25 players per card or per team. And those are the only players they make. There's no way to get all the extra players. So for me right now, Triple Play is your best bet Go buy Triple A Baseball. See what I'm talking about. I think these cards are excellent cards. You know how much I love my payoff pitch cards. You guys know that. All right. I love my Triple A Baseball cards. I love my payoff pitch cards. You guys know that, right? The look of them, the feel of them, the thickness of them, the glossiness, so they don't stick together. I mean, these for me are like, 9.5 or 10 out of 10, right? But I'm going to say, these cards are probably a good 8.5 to 9. I mean, these are solid cards. Clean, crisp look to them. Solid feel. Good components. They're not cheapskating you out. They're giving you a good quality card. Like I said, when I flip it, it doesn't flip all around. It's solid. It's sturdy. You don't see it flopping all over the place, right? When I do one of these with Dynasty League, you can see it flipping back and forth. You can see it moving, right? This doesn't do that, right? You can hear it's like it's more of a solid thing as opposed to Dynasty League. So very similar systems, but like I said, the quality components obviously going to be the difference. And of course, the ability to play it, right? That's the most important thing. It doesn't do you any good to put it in a box and stick it in your drawer and never use it, like I did with my Dynasty League. I played it like one little series. I did like the 2004 Yankees playoff series against Minnesota or somebody. And then it took forever to play the game because you're looking up charts every play and blah, blah, blah. And it just was like, oh my God, it's like an hour and a half to play this game. Nobody's going to want to sit there and watch you play this stupid game for an hour and a half as you look up chart after chart after chart. And I always, like I said, I always thought there's got to be a quicker or better way, right? And then somebody said, hey, check out this game, which I had never, ever heard of up until that email I got from them, a week or so, 2 weeks ago. And then after looking at their utility and reading up on it, I thought, all right, I'm going to buy a set and see how it comes. I had no idea what the cards were like. There's no videos on Triple A Baseball anywhere on the internet that I could find. None of our friends of the channel community members have played it as far as I know. I haven't seen anybody play it. It's not very mainstream on anybody's channel. So I had no idea. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to order a season set. So when I opened it the other day, I was just as surprised as you at the quality, the components, the look, the feel, everything. I'm like, wow, this is really pretty good. And in fact, I'm probably going to be ordering another season set of these. I like it so much because I want to get the 2019 extra player set. So I'm going to buy the extra player set in another season and probably maybe 2016 or 2015, and I'm going to buy the extra player set with that as well because I really think this is good, and I like companies that give you good quality stuff. That's that's what it's all about, right? I want to support the companies that are out there supporting good quality components. That's why, I won't even get into it because that's another discussion for another day. But, Stratomatic, my feelings on it. If you've been around my channel long enough, I don't support them because they don't support us. They don't give us good quality components. I'm not going to support them. Like I said, the only reason I bought the Dynasty League was a guy was selling like 5 seasons of Dynasty League. He was selling 5 seasons of Dynasty League because he wanted to upgrade to the newer, bigger cards. So he was selling his old cards. And he was selling them for like $25 a season. And if you know anything about Dynasty League, you're talking $69 to $79 for a season set. So I'm like, $25 a season, I'll buy all your seasons. Because I didn't have the game, and I wanted to try it out. And after I got these shitty quality cards, I'm like, you know what? That was a big waste of my time because I'm never going to play these cards. If you can't play what you buy, then it doesn't matter how much it costs. Because the game takes forever to play and you use these shitty quality cards, it's not worth your time. For me, that's why I only ordered one season from this. Because I'm like, I have no idea if he's going to send me these shitty quality cards or if he's going to send me good quality cards. And bam, these things are rock solid, good quality components. So I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to support this company. A for effort, A for plus. I've got nothing but positive things to say. They created this free, I mean, they don't charge you for this assistant, right? 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th inning. We got runners at first and third. Wong's at first. Molina's at third. Again, Milwaukee has the same situation they had before. Bader's up the pitcher spot next, which will probably be a pinch hitter anyway. So they're going to have to face Harrison Bader. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Corbin Barnes trying to get through this top of the 6th inning. Cardinals have 1 run in. He rolled a 931. That is probably, he's a right-hander, 931. And that is going to be a strikeout. Corbin Burns with the strikeout ends the threat in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Leon will... He will come out. And it looks like they're going to bring in... whoever they bring in is only going to be in 1 inning. You know what? Because the pitcher spot is due up, I think we will actually leave Leon in there. This pitcher spot's due up first. So if we use Brebbia now, he won't be available in the next inning. So they're going to try and leave Leon in there against Arcia. Orlando Arcia. It's a 487. He is a right-hander. 487. That's an easy fly ball out to Bader in center field. He will make the catch for the out. That brings up the pitcher spot. They're going to let Barnes bat. They're up 2 runs, or up a run. So they're going to let Barnes bat. Barnes uses card number... Oh, he actually uses card number 6, which is not horrible. So we'll use card number 6. All right, card number 6. I don't remember we rolled, so I'm just going to roll it again. So Barnes is up. He's actually down here on the bottom anyways. There we go. All right. So Corbin Barnes, he'll hit. He's a 6 card. 358. That sounds like a good number. Oh, yeah, just missed it. 208 to 333 would have been a single. 334 to 499 is a strikeout, though. But he does get the strikeout, but he got close to actually getting a hit. And then that brings up the top of the lineup. That is Lorenzo Cain here in the 6th inning. Bottom of 6, 4-3 is your score. 977 against the righty. 977 walked him. So 2-out walk given up by Leon, and that brings up Yelich. Leon is now in his tired phase. 983. And Yelich is a lefty. 983. And that is a walk. So back-to-back walks, which means he is now officially tired. So if we get a tired result on his card, that could be bad. But we're going to try and leave him in there for one more batter. 390, and did we leave him in too long? No! Steve Wright, oh, wait a minute. It's on Ryan Braun. Let's try 390 on Ryan Braun, and didn't matter. Still, Steve Wright 3, and woof. Leon guts it out and gets through the inning. We go to the 7th. He will be out of there as we will have a pinch hitter coming in for the Cardinals, and that is going to be... Corbin is a right-hander. So we will bring in a right-hander. We only have right-handers, I believe, anyways. We actually have one lefty, which is Robinson. But you can see he only had 7 at bats, so I'm not going to use him at this time. So the two people that actually played in this game is Jose Martinez and Tyler O'Neill. So we're going to bring in Tyler O'Neill to pinch hit. So Tyler O'Neill against Corbin Burns, a righty-righty matchup. It's a 749. And Tyler O'Neill, 749. He's a right-hander. 749, and we've gone into deep drive. So on the batter's card, they have a home run. So if they get their result, it's a home run. But on the pitcher card, there is no home runs. There's just this deep. So you're going to be rolling on the park, and the pitcher's or the batter's power rating, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to go to deep, right? And if you were here in the beginning, we're in Milwaukee, and remember what we rolled in the beginning. Win in. That's what we rolled on the weather chart, was win in. Clutch, right? We haven't even done anything with clutch, so I'm just going to ignore that rating right now. So that in the payoff, I keep saying payoff pitch, sorry. In the pursue the pennant system, usually a lot of the players get like ratings and stuff. In this system here, triple play baseball, they're either clutch, they're normal, or they're anti-clutch, whatever it's called, or whatever the situation is. So if you have 2 runners on, or a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and you're clutch, if you roll on the result for clutch, you get the clutch result as opposed to the out. So anyways, I've been kind of ignoring that. I've never been a big fan of that. But you can use it if you want. It adds a little bit to the game system, a little bit. But in most cases, like Corbin Burns is normal. Tyler O'Neill is normal, right? If we look at Matt Carpenter, he is normal. Paul Goldschmidt is actually clutch. Paul DeYoung is normal. So, I mean, like 94% of people, or whatever, I don't know what the percent. Most people are normal, right? So only a few of them are clutch. So I always forget to look, and then, then it doesn't really matter if you use it or not. Anywho, what was I doing here? We're doing a deep drive, right? So let's do a deep drive. Power rating, Tyler O'Neill versus right-handers. He's got a power of 4 versus right-handers. Power of 4. Wind is in. We're in Milwaukee. And let's roll it. It's hit well. No, it's not yet because I forgot to choose. He is an RSP. Oh, yeah. I know. He's an RSP. There we go. It is hit well. It is headed out into gone. Tyler O'Neill pinch hit. Home run for the Cardinals. And Mike Schiltz is making all the right calls here, a.k.a. me. And it's now a tie ball game. Matt Carpenter steps up. As an 843, Carpenter's a lefty, 843. And that is back-to-back deep checks. Back-to-back deep checks. So Carpenter, he is an LSP. We're in Milwaukee, and Carpenter versus right-handers is a 4. And wind is in. And again, neither one of them are clutch. And Carpenter hits it well. This is going out to left field and caught. Oh, all that big lead up and it's caught. All right. Well, there you go. Paul Goldschmidt. Now, he is clutch. So, let's see what happens. Goldschmidt, Barnes. That is a 0-3-0, and we got us an error check time, and that's a shortstop. That's Arcia. Orlando Arcia, and he at short is average. He is just average. No, I'm sorry, that's an error check. He's not average. He has got an error of 15. Error of 15. I think the higher is better, actually. He was not. It's not cold, and he wasn't playing in. There are adjustments for that in the rules. Boom, pop out. Caught by Arcia, so we'll call it a P6 for the out for Goldschmidt. So it's Paul DeYoung, tied ball game here, and Paul DeYoung, 754. Young is a righty, 754, and oh my gosh, another deep off of Corbin Burns. He must have given up a lot of home runs. 17 of them, to be a matter of fact. So Corbin Burns, we got another deep drive check. And Paul DeYoung, he's already hit one home run. He is, against right-handers, he's at 5. We're in Milwaukee. Wind is in. And he is an RP right pull. And this one is hit well by DeYoung. And this one is gone. The Cardinals take a 5-4 lead on 2 home runs here in the top of the 7th. That brings up Marcell Ozuna. Barnes cannot find the pitch he likes. That is a 632 against a right-hander. 632, and that is a single, and that will be it for Corbin Burns. And they're going to have to find someone else to bring in, and that person is going to be... That person is going to be, we are in the 7th, so it's going to be, it's going to be Freddie Peralta. Freddie Peralta is going to have to step in for Milwaukee. So Freddie Peralta was 7-3 on the season, 85 innings. 87 hits, 15 home runs, 37 walks, and 115 strikeouts. Boy, he's got a lot of strikeouts. An ERA of 5.29, though. He gave up a lot of home runs and a lot of strikeouts. Yadier Molina is up 2 outs. Top of the 7th. That is at 444. He is a right-hander, 444, and that's an easy fly ball. Caught by Kane in center field, and that'll do it. But the Cardinals pick up 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. And they will go to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here in Miller Park. Cardinals up 5-4. Each team with 9 hits. And the Cardinals with an error. And even though we don't actually register it in the game, there was an error on the Cardinals. And John Brebbia is stepping up for the Cardinals here. Yeah, Brebbia will go 7 and 8. All right, John Brebbia against Tyler Shaw. That's a 0-22. So a 22 against a righty is an error check. So we're going to go error, and we're going to check on Yachty. Oh, look at that. Yachty's card is right here. We can just look at his error. And he's at 20. So, yep, high is better. You know, Yachty's Mr. Solid. Popped him up. So, popped him up to the catcher, and Yachty makes a play, throws his mask off. I really like this utility. I know I've said that like 20 times so far, but I haven't used personally the triple play baseball charts, okay? But I've used the Dynasty League baseball charts. I've used the Internet Baseball League baseball charts. I've used the Pursue the Pennant baseball charts. All very similar to this. Not exactly the same, but very similar to this. And I know what a pain in the ass they were to use. This is so much better. I'm just saying. All right, where are we? We are Brebbia against Aguilar. Now, Jesus Aguilar will actually get traded by the Rays. Or they'll get traded to the Rays later in the season. He actually has a Tampa Bay card. All right, so we got Brebbia against Aguilar. That is a 1-1-3, 113 righty, 113, and that is ground ball back up the middle. Aguilar over the head of Brebbia. Colt Wong can't do anything about that, and Aguilar is aboard. He's got a steal of 0 and a jump of 1. He's not going freaking anywhere. In fact, Goldsmith is not holding him on. Just keep that in mind. Goldsmith is not holding him on. Mike Moustakas, it's a 958 lefty. 958, and that is not a good number for Brebbia as he walked him. So first... walk by Brebbia, and that puts runners at first and second now with Yasmani Grandal. He's only a 1 bunter, not good. Defense is playing back, going for the double play. Grandal, Brebbia, you better do something here. 929, he will be a lefty, 929, and that is actually... on the outside corner, Steve right 3. He's out of there. Big strike on there. 2 outs now for Arcia. And the pitcher spot is due up. Next is a 1-on-30, 1-3-0. And that is hit well into right center field. And that one's going to fall in. Fowler chasing that ball, and Moustakas. Are we going to send Moustakas home? Pitcher spot is due up, so we are probably going to send him. Let's see. So Moustakas is at first. He's got a speed of 5. So are we going to send the runners? So 5 plus 2. And it was hit to right field, but it doesn't matter because he's going home. That's only for plays to third. So it would take him from 5 to a 7. And they're gonna send Moustakas home. And here comes the throw. Arcia in the gap. Fowler chases it down. Aguilar's home. Moustakas rounding third. They're gonna send him home. And save! Runner slides in safe. Other runners hold on the double. So we'll call that a double plus. And just like that, Milwaukee takes the lead back on the hit by Arcia. And it's a 6-5 ball game. And that brings up Freddie Peralta's spot. But the 8th and the 9th to worry about. They got Hader for the... They got Hader for the 9th. Who do they have for the 8th? They're going to pinch hit. I don't think at this point you leave the pitcher in to pinch hit. Did they bring anybody else in is the question. Yes, they did. They brought in Eric Thames. So Eric Thames is going to come in and pinch hit. And he's even a lefty against the right-hander Brebbia. So the Cardinals can counter, bring a lefty in, but they're going to try and get Brebbia through this damn inning. 2 in the bottom of the 7th, and Milwaukee takes a 6-5 lead right back. Can you believe this? Thames steps out, swinging 9-1-3. He is a lefty, 9-1-3, and strike 3, swing and a miss. And Brebbia does get on the inning, but gives up 2 runs in the process. So that puts a problem on the pitching spot for Milwaukee. They need to find someone that can hold down the 8th. And that person is going to be it's Matt Alberts. Those of you old enough to remember that probably get a chuckle out of that. For you younger generation, you probably have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Matt, it's Matt Alberts. Coming on in, Matt. He's a right-hander. He'll be taking on Dexter Fowler. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Milwaukee back in front 6-5. In real life, this game ended, if you remember, I remember this game exactly. Opening day 2019, pinch hit by Jose Martinez at the top of the ninth, down by a run. He lets it go deep to right center field, and Lorenzo Cain reaches up and pulls the home run back in to steal the win for Milwaukee. And they took this one 5-4 against the Cardinals in real life. Still remember that play because everyone thought it might be gone, but Cain saved the day. It was actually over the fence, so if he wouldn't have caught it, it would have been a home run. Anywho, here we go. Dexter Fowler. Come on, Dex. Let's get things going. 488 is probably not what you want to see. And it's an easy fly ball to center field. 1 away. Colton Wong. Come on, Colton. That is a 509, and that is a wild pitch question mark. Wild pitch. Possible foul ball question mark, yes. Milwaukee, because there's nobody on. So it's going to be popped up to the catcher by Colton Wong. I believe I did that right. Let's try it again, but we'll use that result. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that one was actually popped up to the catcher by Colton Wong. That brings up Bader. Bader, he's going to give it a ride. Come on, Bader. That is a 652. 652, he is a righty. 652. And that was out into left field and lands in front of Braun for a single. And that brings up the pinch hitter, Jose Martinez. Which, in real life, it happened in the 9th inning, but we're going to get him up in the 8th. So, Jose Martinez is coming in for the Cardinals. Bader on first, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, and Jose will swing at anything. That is a 475, and that's going to be an easy fly ball to center field. And that will retire this side. So, Jose Martinez is out of there. In the 9th inning, they'll have the top of the lineup coming up. And pitching for the Cardinals now is going to be Gant. Gant will come in, and he'll be facing off against the top of the lineup for Milwaukee. And here we go. John Gant against Orlando Cain. Righty. That is a 776. And that one is on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. Right 3. Christian Yelich steps in. Cardinals trying to hold things close enough that they got a shot in the top of the 9th. Christian Yelich wants to do something about that. 462, and he is a right-hander. 462. Strike 3, so Gant coming in with that nice slider. Milwaukee not used to it. 2 outs for Ryan Braun. It's a 184. And that is a ground ball to second. Would have been a double play, but there is no one on. So it's just a 4-3 put out. There we go. It all comes down to Josh Hader for Milwaukee. It's a 4-3 ball game. It's a 4-3. It's a 6-5 ball game. Matt Carpenter followed by Goldschmidt, and who's after Goldie? It's DeYoung. So top of the order, Matt Carpenter. Oh, ever dangerous Matt Carpenter. Hader's a lefty, by the way. Josh Hader, the lefty. That's a 3-2-2 lefty. 3-2-2, and walked him. Walked Carpenter. 205, 326 is a walk. That is a 322. So obviously those numbers fall in place. Now, Carpenter is a speed of 6, not bad. He's got a steal of 5, a jump of 1. Hader, hold of 4 and a steal of -2. Hard to get the jump and hard to get the steal on Hader. Hard to do it. And Goldschmidt comes up. He is actually clutch, but this is not a clutch. Actually, this is a clutch situation. So, what do we do with Carpenter? Do we try a steal or not? He's a 5 steal, 1 jump. He's going up against a 4 hold with a 1. A 4 and a 1. So let's look at this. Well, actually, again, show you guys the chart so we can make a good decision on what we want to do. So let's go to our jump chart, right? So here's a jump chart. So Hader's a 4. And Carpenter, what was Carpenter now? Carpenter was a, what did I say? It was a jump of 1. So a hold of 4 and a jump of 1, right? So possible error in a pitcher on a 0. He can attempt it on a 1 to 9. He can attempt it with a -2 on a 10 or 11. A 12 to 80 will hold. A 89 it'll be a balk, and a 90 to 99 is going to be a pickoff try. Not good odds. You got basically a 9% chance of being picked off, and you got a 9% chance of getting a good jump. Do we try it is the question. Nope. We're going to leave Carpenter on first. We're going to leave the bat in Goldschmidt's hand. Let's let him swing away. Josh Hader, the lefty, trying to buckle things down here in the top of the 9th. For Milwaukee, that is a 0-65. 65 is an error check. We're going to the error check. Error on the first baseman. That's Aguilar. Let's look at Aguilar. Jesus Aguilar, error of 14. Pretty solid, actually. So a 14. He wasn't in. It's not cold outside, so it's just a straight up 14. And a 1. Batter reaches first on an error. Runners advance 1 base, and the Cardinals are not dead yet. We'll call that an E3. And Goldschmidt gets aboard. Carpenter moves to second. Nobody out as Aguilar cannot get that one on the bad bounce. He's looking at the dirt and the infield. He's not happy with the bounce that got off his home field turf. And that brings up Paul DeYoung. DeYoung is a 1 bunt. Trying to get that runner over, but with 3 shots, you got DeYoung, Ozuna, and Molina. One of the 3 can. All they need to do is get a hit. And Carpenter should score. Let's see. DeYoung against Hader. It's a righty-lefty for Hader. And here comes a 491, and that's not what you wanted to see. That's an easy fly ball out to left. Ryan Braun will make the catch. And that gets the hometown crowd a little cheer. Marcell Ozuna, though, he steps in. If he accidentally swings and hits one, it will go a long ways. If he just could open his eyes when he swings, it might actually work. But let's see what happens. That's a 3-1-6 lefty. 3-1-6, and that one's inside corner, and Ozuna did not like it, but he's rung up, and the Cardinals are down to their last out. 2 men aboard. Yadier Molina, he's not clutch. Hader's actually, he is T, so that means clutch. In this situation, if we get the result, we will use it. Here we go. Yadier Molina, Mr. Cardinal himself. Can he keep the season alive for the or get the Cardinals continue this game for the first game of the season is what I meant to say. But anyways, Yadier Molina, here comes the throw. It is 8-24. Yeah, he's a right-hander. 8-2-4. 8-2-4. Inside corner again, Steve. Right 3, and that's going to do it. As Josh Hader comes in and closes the door on the Cardinals. After the walk and error, the Cardinals had something going and they put it in the hands of 3 hitters. DeYoung, Ozuna, and Molina to get a hit. None of them could. And there you go. Freddie Peralta takes the win. John Brebbia takes the loss. Hader with the save. Jesus Aguilar was the MVP. And we will autoplay the games to the finish and see what happens in day number 1 of the schedule. Here we go. It looks like... I got to go back to yesterday's game. There we go. 15 games in the schedule there. There we go. So Pittsburgh takes out... looks like Pittsburgh takes out Cincinnati 4-3. The Dodgers beat Arizona 6-5. Colorado 5, Miami 3, Milwaukee 6, St. Louis 5, Atlanta 7, Philadelphia 2, San Francisco blanked by San Diego 3-0. The Mets come out bombing in Washington at 16-4 Mets. The White Sox off to a win here against Kansas City 4-3. Minnesota blanks Cleveland 10-0. A one-hit shutout in Cleveland. The Yankees, the Brooklyn Bombers there, 7-3 over Baltimore. Oakland nudges against Los Angeles 3-2, and Boston takes care of Seattle 3-1, and Seattle drops to 0-3. Don't forget, Oakland and Seattle had that series in Japan to start the season. And let's see what the game of the day was. It took place in Oakland. The play of the day took place in the game between Los Angeles and Oakland in Oakland Coliseum in the bottom of the 9th. Oakland batting, runner on first, 1 out, trailing 2-1. Matt Olson hits a game-winning 2-run home run. And the game of the day was the Cardinals and Milwaukee, which you got to witness right here thanks to Triple Play Baseball. Guys, go check it out, Triple Play Baseball. It is www.tpbaseball.info. Check it, how to play. The information is all there on the website. You can order it. I can give you my 2 cents. Like I said, this is my first game. Okay, but the quality components, yes. Highly recommend the quality components. Right? Good, solid cards. They're not flimsy pieces of crap. Good quality components, which is very important. Because you want to be able to actually play the game and let it sit instead of letting it sit on your shelf. If you just want to sit on your shelf, let it sit on your shelf, then you just might as well buy an empty box and let it sit there. Good quality components. The fact that you can actually get this if you play near your computer, right? You saw how easy it was to do the Triple Play Assistant. Next game, hopefully I'll have the charts printed out. I'll have them here. We can use the charts as opposed there so you guys can get a feel. The charts are not that hard. You can see when I bring them up, they're not that hard. It's just, a lot of times you got to calculate and figure out things because there's a lot of modifiers and different, adjustments and stuff. Like I say, when you go to deep, you got to get the power rating. You got to find the wind. You got to find out if the clutch is hitter. Then you got to look and see if they're an LSP, an LP, an RSP, an RP. So there's a lot to, do. When you're good at the game, you can do this stuff really quickly, and use the charts, and it's, works pretty decently, right? But obviously, in this game, I can just go boom, 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 and roll the dice, and, I got to pick up batting style. Click this. We know the wind was, all right, leave me alone. Neither wind was in. He's an RSP, power hitter 4, boom, done. Very quick and easy this way. Doesn't mean the chart, obviously the more complex the charts, the more information. Like I said, there's usually just a lot of modifiers trying to figure out, okay, well, Was this runner holding? Which is really good because you can see on sending the runners, right? You got all kind of modifiers you need to worry about. Where was it hit? Was there hit and run on? Was the infield in? What's the speed rating? Was there 2 outs? There's all kinds of different modifiers. Well, this program tells you all those modifiers or has you click on them, right? And then you can just say, oh, okay, boom. Oh, there's a collision. He's an FR. Boom. Safe. Etc. So, I've been saying for years, this system needed something like this. It's got this now. Good quality components. I highly recommend it. At this point, just, first game, I don't see any glaring weaknesses to it. I don't think it's going to be much different than the other games other than you get quality components as opposed to this, right? You get bigger cards. Here's the Dynasty League card versus the regular card. You can see the difference, right? For me, the bigger cards makes it easier to read the numbers. You could probably just see that from where your guys are sitting. Which card is easier to read? Now, I know that Dynasty League is now making bigger cards than the old format because the number one complaint was it's so hard to read everything. The other thing is they have all these different stats on them. They have like 9 different quality components. There's there's the normal, the clutch, the tired, the jam, the in, the hit and run, the on, the off, and the whatever. But a lot of these colors look very, very like the clutch and the in and the on are all very similar in color, and it's hard to read those, especially when the cards fade like this. These faded cards. Anywho, that's my original thoughts. Doesn't mean, I won't change my mind and won't, think differently. But first impressions for me are everything, to be honest. The guy emailed me, wanted to make sure, that I got my package after I told him that it was delivered to the wrong address. And, he thanked me for the order. Really nice. I don't know who he is, to be honest. But really nice guy. He seems like a, decent person. I don't know anything about this game. I don't know anything about the guy who owns it. I don't know the guy who creates it. I don't know anything about anything other than this is what I ordered. It came in a really timely manner. I ordered it on Tuesday. It was shipped on Wednesday and it arrived on Saturday. So like within 3 or 4 days, I had the 3 or 4 or 5 days, whatever it was, I had the box sitting at my neighbor's house because I didn't know that it was delivered to the wrong address. Timely shipping, good quality components. What else can you ask for? I don't know. I just don't know. A way to make the charts easier. Oh, yeah. By the way, there's this Triple Play Assistant that you can use for free and download. You can download it yourself and try it out. There you go. That's my thoughts. Astro Reaper, what's going on, buddy? Have a good night. Philip Reynolds, no out of the park 21. Wham, wham, wham. You got plenty of time to order some Triple Play baseball. In the meantime, Captain Carl A., Clinton Parks, good to see you, gentlemen. Al, Red Sox fan, and Mr. Moley 55. Everyone else that stopped in tonight, I do appreciate it. Y'all have a great evening. Original look, Triple Play baseball. I like what I'm seeing. I like people that support I like companies that support their people. Everything I've done so far with this company has been number one, quality components, timely delivery, email with, hey, how's it going? Thanks, thanks for the order, blah, blah, blah. So far, everything's been nothing but positive. What else do you want? That's all I have to say. Have a good night, all. We'll see you next time.